I'm at Pt.1, one of the few startups that has taken this seriously and is branding and bottling the coconut water. Being joined by the CEO, Elom Awaji, to tell us more about how this started and how it's going, especially for the fact that, processing is a new thing, or packaging and branding is a new thing along the agricultural value chain. Hello, Elom.
Hi, Emma.
Welcome to Pt.1.
Thank you. Welcome to Pt.1.
Thank you. Tell us what you do here.
So Pt.1 is an agro-processing company, and we specialize in the manufacturing of organic coconut food products. So in our product chain, we have bottled coconut water, coconut chips, and then coconut oil. So that's for our food processing section. We have another section that does events for clients. So we have weddings, parties, engagements, and we set up our laser branded coconuts with full customization, and we serve to the public for them to enjoy. So these are the two areas we are pushing now. We have our coconut crafts business, which specializes in organic coconut shell craft products. So we use the husk from the coconuts for these coconut artifacts. And we also into coconut farming as well. So we consult for coconut farming, and then we also trying to acquire a couple of farms on our own for expansion of our business.
Nice.
So that is for Pt.1 that's currently.
I can see that you prioritize hygiene.
Yes.
Yes, I can see you are washing the coconuts. Your people are in masks. Tell us what's going on.
Yes. So Pt.1 is very big on health and hygiene and safety. So once the fresh coconuts are harvested from the farms, our partner farms are all around the community. We're trying to empower the community and then also help them to upgrade their standard of living. So we purchase all our raw materials from this community, Accra Mine, and its environs. So the fresh coconut comes from the farm. Once it comes, it's offloaded here onto our compound. It comes into this space where the washing and the cleaning of the coconut is done. And then the cutting is done here before it's transferred into the production facility for further processing.
You made us change our footwear.
Yes.
Yes. Tell us about that.
Yes. So we prioritize cleanliness and safety in the production facility. So anyone who comes in, first you need to wash your hands. And then once you come in, you need to take off your slippers and then put on the slippers that we offer before you enter into the premises to ensure that there are no contaminants, no bacteria coming into the products that we are manufacturing.
You've been doing this for about 7 years now. How
Yes.
has it been as a startup?
Yeah, we are in our 7th year now, and I'll say by God's grace, we progressing organically. We believe strongly in organic growth, so we're trying to build up as we go along. It's been an interesting journey, especially for businesses in Ghana where capital and funding is one of the major problems. We've had to bootstrap our way through the 7 years. But last year, by God's grace, we got a grant from the World Bank, which we used to acquire some machinery and then also to do an expansion of our factory, which we'll be visiting soon. So it's been a good journey. We are still looking forward to more expansion, new partnerships and investments to help us to be the go-to brand when it comes to coconut products globally.
Nice. You talked about the fact that you've gained some grants from the World Bank. A lot of businesses along the agricultural value chain struggle with funding. How did you do it?
Yeah. So we secured that grants through the GEA.
Oh, okay.
Yes, one of the government initiatives which is helping startups and small businesses to thrive. So we applied the previous year. Unfortunately, we didn't qualify, but we applied last year. By God's grace, we went through and we won the grant for machinery for our production. So it was a good boost for us to help us to scale up our business and then move further in the direction we want to go.
Okay, financial institutions have complained about, lack of proper bookkeeping, record keeping by people along the agricultural value chain. What did you do differently?
Yeah, I think bookkeeping is one of the key reasons why a lot of startups and businesses don't get the needed funding. So for Pt.1, from the initiation of our business, we made sure that we got the right team. So we have a financial expert who manages our books, who is the in-house accountant of our business. And we have a digital software that we use. My background is IT, so as much as possible, I try to leverage on technology to make our processes smoother and more profitable. So we have an in-house software that we use for our bookkeeping, and then our accounts team is also on top to make sure that we are paying our taxes and our books are clean all the time for audits.
You have an IT background. Why sell coconut?
Yeah, so this is an interesting question that comes up in most interviews and discussions. So I've been in the IT space for close to 18 years. My specialized area is IT systems administration and then project management. But somewhere in 2015, 2014, I started having some challenges. They weren't intense challenges, but my doctor just advised that I need to check my weight and then stay more healthy. And at the time, I was very hooked to fizzy drinks. So I always like to have a fizzy drink along with all my meals. So the best alternative that my doctor gave me was coconut water. So I started taking coconut water as an alternative, and the health benefits were enormous. And I thought, no, I need to let the world know about this and then also help others who are having these struggles. So that is when Pt.1 was birthed by God's grace. We started with events as a side business, pushing the events, and then we started with agro processing for our other products. So that was the initiation of what we see today.
I see.
Yeah.
So what's happening with your IT background?
I'm still consulting on the IT background. I still serve a couple of organizations as their in-house IT specialist for systems administration and then project management. So I'm still running both in parallel. My wife is mostly in charge of most of the operations. She has an HR background, so she's the head of HR for our team, and then also does a lot of managerial roles to support the business.
That's nice. I am a bit insecure when I see coconut or bottled coconut water on the streets. I feel probably it's been bottled for like a week or 2 weeks. I wonder how it will taste. So I usually prefer the
the fresh coconut from the house.
I know that. Yeah. How are you doing things differently?
Yeah, so let me help you to demystify that perception.
Okay.
So coconut water cannot stay out on its own beyond a certain number of hours once it's taken out of the shell. So the only preservation method for coconut water is either you freeze it or it goes through pasteurization. So the pasteurization process involves heating before it's transferred for storage. And the freezing is the process where straight from the coconut pod, it goes into the bottle and then it goes into the freezer. Now, as soon as the coconut water goes into the freezer, it can stay fresh for 3 months once it's hard frozen. So I can give you frozen coconut water which has been kept for 3 months, and I can give you fresh coconut water that we've just frozen for a couple of hours. When you taste it, you know the difference, because as soon as it goes into the freezing compartment or the freezer, it stays fresh for 3 months, and it can go as long as it can depending on the temperature. If it stays at the same temperature of freezing, it can go even beyond 2 months. So you have no fears at all. The only concern you may have is how it is processed and how it's produced, but that's why Pt.1 is there, to make sure that your hygiene and safety needs are covered.
Okay. Give us a brief of what happens here after the coconut is washed and taken inside.
Yes. So here we have the production team who are in charge of the entire production process. We have a production manager here, Mark, and then Eduji is the production supervisor. So once the coconut is washed and cut here, it goes into the production facility. The first process is to have all the coconuts arranged on one side. Once the coconuts are picked up, they are cut and then transferred into a bowl, which we call bowl A. So in bowl A, you have the fresh coconut water from the pot, and then from bowl A is transferred into the dispenser. So the dispenser has a sieve to make sure that everything that is going in there is clean and sterilized, and then it goes into bottling. The bottles are sterilized and cleaned, and they are used for bottling of the coconut water. once the bottling is done, it goes straight into an ice chest with ice before it's transferred to our freezing depot in Kuntunse.
Okay. So how long does it take, the process?
It depends. So if we're doing a production of 300 to 500 bottles, it could take the team around 5 hours, 5 to 6 hours for the entire production process. But currently with our machines that are available, we need to finalize some wiring and the like to get it fully running. Once the machines are fully functional, we'll need just a maximum of 1 or 2 staff to bottle the whole automated process. They could do about 1,000 to 2,000 bottles a day, depending on the labor capacity. Yeah.
Your target market?
So my target market is for people in all walks of life, all income levels, because we do not want to focus on only one particular niche area. So anyone can purchase Kubehene products, and we ensure that our products are moderately priced so that any income level can purchase. So from the upper class to the middle class to the lower class, every income bracket area can purchase and enjoy Kubehene products.
So how has the market been receptive? How receptive have they been to Kubehene?
Yeah, so I didn't know the impact we're having on society and the community until I was present in one of our events where there was a stand set up for coconuts and then there were other drinks. Now, as soon as it was time for refreshments, within 15 minutes, 200 coconuts were finished. And I just had the team pack up within the next 30 minutes and then we were out of the place. So everyone likes coconuts, and I realized a lot of Ghanaians and people are interested in patronizing coconut products because of its health benefits. So the market has been quite receptive. I believe there's a lot more we can do with the right funding and investments, and we are leveraging a lot on social media to promote our products. So social media has also been very good to us as one of our sources of selling our products. So the market has been good. Ghanaians have embraced Kubehene as one of their own homegrown businesses, and we are building up gradually from there.
I'm sure that the aim to live healthily is also impacting sales.
Yes, it is. So there's a growing trend from statistics that Ghanaians are becoming more health conscious, and the influence of how things are done in the Western world and how people are focused on making sure that they are fit, they are healthy. So you have a lot of people exercising more, going to the gym more, focusing more on what they eat, making sure that they are resting enough and they are eating the right food. So all these changes in the economy and the healthcare space and generally lifestyle changes have helped us positively to also push our products. So we believe with every product that we sell out to a customer, we are not only giving you value for money, but we are also impacting your health and making sure that you live healthier and you live longer. So those are the prime principles on which we build and grow our business.
So one of the challenge along the cultural value chain is being able to preserve or to invest in processing. I don't know, being able to bottle coconut water for about 3 months will go a long way to, you know, help our food baskets, because food inflation has contributed largely to the general inflation for some time now, and it's been a concern that we have not been able to process our foods, hence our foods are going bad and all that. What's your take on it?
Yeah, I think it's one of the key areas where a lot of learning and research needs to go into, research and development as well, because there are various ways of preserving different food products. And I think with the right learning, the right understanding and skills, we'll be able to better preserve our products. Not all the processing requires huge capital investments. There are some processing that you need machinery to be able to do on a larger scale. But even for the least of products, there are still manual processes that you can follow to preserve these products. So a lot of learning and research has to go into those areas, and then we make sure we are able to venture more into processing to secure our food, and then also to ensure that we are being more prudent with the use of our agricultural resources.
The meat, coconut meat, in what do you use it for?
So the coconut meat, so we have two variants of our coconut water. We have one that is just the plain bottle coconut water, which is called Kubehene Cool.
Okay.
And then we have the other which has slices of coconut meat in the water, which is Kubehene Crunchy.
Okay.
So these are the two products that we manufacture. So all the meat is harvested and then it's used for the production of crunchy. And then the coconut water is bottled straight into the bottles.
Okay. There's this coconut festival. Are you aware of it?
Yes.
Okay. What do you make of it? Have you participated?
We did. So we participated in this year's one, which was held in Takrady. And there's a coconut community in Ghana, which I'm one of the members.
Oh, okay.
And also a very close friend of the president. So I have updates on all the changes that are going on in the coconut industry and in our landscape. Ghana. It's a good opportunity to bring out new businesses and startups in the coconut processing and value chain. And I think it's a good initiative which, if given the needed attention, support and investments, will go a long way to help put Ghana out there on the map in terms of coconut processing.
As a member of the coconut community, what's the way forward? How are you moving things? What are the plans underway? I know the Coconut Festival is one of the things or the initiative to drive attention to the subsector. What's the way forward for the sector?
Yes, so the main focus for the sector now is to ensure that our production capacity is increased. So making sure that we have the right farm machinery, access to land, and then access to the correct seedlings to give us high yield coconut trees. And then once the production capacity is increased, the other focus is also to make sure that we are not just planting and growing coconut trees, but we are adding value to the coconut itself. So we are looking at being able to empower small industries to be able to go into all the areas of coconut manufacturing in terms of food products and then its byproducts, and then to use that as one of the key sources of revenue for the country.
Okay, talk of seed brings me to climate change. How is that affecting the coconut industry?
Yeah, so I think coconut is a very versatile tree. So the main thing is to make sure that once the planting of the seedling is done, it gets the right conditions in terms of being watered frequently during the pruning, making sure that there are no weeds growing around it, and then just nursing it like you nurse a baby. But once it takes roots and it starts growing, it's able to weather most climate conditions. Yeah.
Coconut takes how long to grow? Like so, 3 years?
Yes, 3 years. So maximum between 3 to 4 years. There are other high yield seedlings which are able to do well within 2.5 to 3. But the standard is 3 to 4 years.
Someone looking to go into this value chain would say 3 years is too long. It's too long.
Yeah, I think every good thing takes time.
Okay.
And if you want to build something that is worthwhile, that becomes like a cash cow for years ahead, then it is worth the investments. It is worth the time, and you are investing in something for 3 years, and it could probably feed you for the next 20 years. So it is a good investment.
The coconut growing areas, have they been affected by any illegal activities like illegal mining or some challenges we've probably not heard of?
Yeah, so for most of the coconut growing areas, we haven't heard of it being impacted negatively though for the illegal mining activities. I think most of them are secure. We are just hoping that they don't identify any valuable minerals in those areas and then starts felling down all the trees.
Is this a sector that we could grow to export? Because yes. I know that the expatriates, whenever they come, you see a lot of them drinking our coconuts.
Yes. So I was speaking to my sister in the US, and there is such a high demand for organic coconut products. And sometimes it's so sad to see that we have the raw material, we have the resources, but we don't have the production capacity. We don't have the needed investments to be able to process and brand our products to international standards where we can have our products in every country across the world. But that is the path that Kubehini has taken, and we will definitely get there. There's a high demand for coconut products all over the world, not just coconut water, coconut oil, coconut chips, coconut bread, coconut flour. The value chain for coconut is so huge. And just from the waste material, after harvesting the fresh coconut resources, the husk is used for a lot of things. So you have coconut coir, you have fertilizer which is made from the messed coconut husk. The value chain is endless.
And I understand it's also used for toothpaste.
Yes. There's a whole lot that you can do with coconut. Every component of the coconut tree is a valuable asset that you can make financial gains out of. That's why it's called the tree of life. Every single part of the coconut tree is useful and it's valuable.
Coconut is known as the magical food. This is because it has various benefits. It controls your blood sugar. It comes with antibacterial nutrients, benefits, so many benefits. The water helps with cardiovascular, activities and all. The meat, it's called the coconut meat, also is very nutritious. On today's episode of Food Chain, we are looking at the coconut value chain. There has been a lot of evolutions, and coconut water or coconut in general has also seen some evolution. Now it's just not like this in the natural forms. We have some that are processed, some that are bottled, some made into coconut milk, some coconut oil, and many other byproducts. Today we will be speaking to someone who sells coconuts opposite Iran Clinic. Ofiti Tong could be how long?
Oh, be 4 to 5 years there. Yeah.
Na then the man started to could be.
Oh, say a business. Auntie, you manage business home. Auntie, me say a business I like a bebo when I'm doing home shame.
You know that chrono. Oh, yes, sales by saying.
Oh, that could depend in pieces are beton. But that could me 100 pieces in the bar, but they be an besa. But to the bizarre, it may say.
Say one say Kubeno, you will be a ye the good bottom more, a be muton, but a be more packaging na omatono, avoiding kakra. Affect him one, affect him business.
Oh, there be sometimes they don't know. It depends on area now. Area has a hospital in Jobo Peno, natural in way no more. To walk about us there now. Like you'll be at the pet bottles. And see in the hand metono, natural way no. We no musan.
It's Rebecca said Kubeton's go, and no now the show home.
I am not a
Okoti friend, oh baby, oko.
Yeah, omo kotiba no be to my hair, almost some business no. No be to my hair.
Na Kubeno, muton we are more baby, mudin ranigo.
I run the hair, baby, I do good there, a tree hair. What in area hair no be a hand or the back. Which is kind of why they where do you go?
Before Ode egu ha say no na muwo baby amudi go na say initially
start in the hair they do. When start in the hair they do.
But one say kube hunu no ehun dispose o to atwene no den kakra won enti woma omunya baby infango no. Do you have a fair idea baby omude ko?
Oh, me for me in the area had any around the course economy be at the Baha. We go the main way now will be at the Babegunti. Like I want when you be for good make say like me pay baby amom na hear me from the pay baby amom no because and yet ball like a case I want the animal be ba Ghana had like no be high for the serious near there. There's some to me home baby.
Yenim se kube hu ne tumi de ye nyama bebre. Nti wo besra buy so onye dem.
Oh, I buy the best rabbi so be factory be am betumi de a process aye nyoma yesese omode ye na youth no so enye adwuma aye wo mu. Se no so be boy pa.
Na uton kube uni me ho health benefits.
Minim. Oh, say the news you know as natural energy drink. And the aduane so ma body no. More now we aduane ma body ni efe. Because body the aduane no dey cream ni soup ni ade. It's a good benefit pa.
Obi a on tanum kube no den abaka chen.
Oh, the abaka is on time no pa ye. E buo ni padua no. Am I look forever young? Am I look forever young pa?
Na aside we no unim baby a omode say wo kan yenim say the be milk the be soap ne wo ebi ma omobeto fi nchen ekoye sanima na it just would na straight
anyway there omo use dry one na ye. But fresh one there for body no be na also body na efe. But dry one no dey soup ne milk ne other creams ne ade no. Baby maybe then they fresh say Adam ton.
Coconut is nicknamed the fruit of life. Today's episode of Food Chain looked at the various ways that various parts of the coconut can be used for. I hope you can attest to it based on what you've seen today that coconut is truly the fruit of life. That's it for today's episode of Food Chain. My name is Emma Davis.